And so there it goes. The Boost Mobile S3 phone. Yeah, guess who? It's me. I'm back. Of course, I'll go over it with you guys. It's been a while since I did a phone, at least a new phone. For those that I told you guys, do not get the HTC S1V. When I get done this review, you'll see why. So, I'm excited. You're excited. This is the unboxing of. I'm not going to spend too much time, so I'll show you what's in it. Let me just do it right here while I got the camera. By the way, I am on the S2. So, how ironic. I guess it would help to get a knife. Okay. I got the knife in my hand. Hopefully I don't hurt myself. Let's get this thing open. Doing this one-handed. That is not safe. And I'm doing this just live right now, so guess I got it open. Alright, so there we go. Officially my S3. If I open it up, oh, sweet, 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 sweet. And what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna attempt to open this up one-handed. One-handed. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you can see this. Let me get in the light. So there it is, playing like the Galaxy S3. You can see me recording right there. All right, just got the package today from home. Don't mind all the kitty stuff in the back. That's just my son. He's got a lot of toys, and yeah. I'm gonna do a one-handed review just for this segment only. So let's see how good I am. Okay, let's break this open. Again, this is one-handed. Wow, there's a new one. Actually, if you ordered this on Boost mobile.com, it comes with a $20 gift card from Google Store, and it also comes with headphones. I didn't know this. Wow, so check this out. This one-handed thing is not working. Actually, it does. So let me see if I see these $20 gift card from Google Play Store. Of course, there's the back of the phone right there. Scoot that over. Yeah, but guys, it comes with the headset. It's going to come with a power cord and your data cord, and that's the S3. I don't see my $20 card, Boost. But if we open this up, and this is the booklet that came from the back, it's going to have your manual, the activation guide, which I don't have to do because I already have Boost Mobile, your terms of service, and the about the phone Android smartphone. Now, according to Boost, if I'm not mistaken, I was supposed to get a $20 card. I don't see a $20 card in here. We'll get to that later. So, what I'm going to do is basically shut this down and get another a third camera. And so we can basically look and compare the size frame between the S2, the S3, why you need to upgrade, why you shouldn't. I'll go over all that. Just wanted to show you basically the S3 is here. And I'm back. Okay, let's get to it. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to show you guys, oh God, if I can get this goddamn camera straight. Basically how easy it is to open this. So, you're just going to flip this open. Again, I'm doing this all one-handed. And yes, it comes with the Samsung headsets. Now, this is actually pretty cool because if it's like the iPhone, when you get the headsets, you'll probably be able, and I can see it just based off, I didn't even get into it, but I can see based off, I'm not sure if you can see right there. The headset actually has a volume rocker on it, so that would be an indication that it can, play music. Obviously, I don't know if you can take calls like the other headset that I have does, but again, we'll get to that when we cross that road. And of course, there's the S3. All right. Again, I'm still recording on the S2, so I don't want to hear anybody about lighting. The lighting will be much better now that we're in a house. Yes, I got a house, by the way. Let me open this up. Get some more light. There we go. All right. So, of course, you got your battery. Again, I am doing this one-handed. I don't see anybody clapping yet. One-handed. All right. Anyway, so you got your power cord. Okay. So you got your phone, which I need to get one of those glove things actually. Oh, that was pretty cool. Woo, looks like boobs. Anyway, yeah. So let me get this thing. So you got your headset, got your battery, your phone, your charger. I think we said that again. Let's get started. I don't have time. I have to go get my son, and we shall go from there. I almost forgot. Side note. Look, for those of you guys watching these reviews, trying to determine what phone to get, what's suitable for you, what attributes or what features you should get on the phone, do not fall for the review trap. And what I mean is, when you see a phone that's being reviewed, of course it's going to come out the box and it's always going to run good because you don't have your applications on, such as games, Facebook, whatever it is that you have operating on. Whatever you have operating on the phone, because once you load all that stuff on there, your pictures, the camera, once all that stuff starts running, it will slow the performance down. And therefore, in this segment, I'll go over between the S3 and the S4 and what you want to look for in a phone, especially if you're a heavy user or if it's just somebody that just want to, use the phone just to use it. But again, be careful when you're looking at these reviews and you're looking at the phone, because it looks marvelous on camera when it comes out the box. That's every single phone you see. You're not going to see lag. You're not going to see anything, again, because nothing's preloaded on it. Pretty sure once you start using the applications, they're all running in the background. Guess what? You're going to notice freezing. You're going to notice the phone shuts off. It does this. It sings to you. It talks to you in Chinese when you call somebody in English. It's something stupid like that is going to happen. But again, just a side note, just want to throw that in there, and let me get everything fired up, call boost, I'll load everything on, and go over both phones, the S2 and the S3, and we'll go from there. See you. Actually, I want to take you guys step by step when you're taking this out the box. So when you put the battery on, obviously the S3, you'll notice that it's going to look like this. It has no SD card because it has a 16 gigs worth of internal memory, and I'm going to get just to that actually now. Be careful what you read on these phones, because a lot of them will say 2 gigs worth of memory in terms of the RAM, or it'll say 16 current gigs of internal memory. The reason why I say that is because when you're downloading apps, it's going to your RAM. It's not really, I shouldn't say it like that, but it's basically not what you think it is. So you're thinking 16 gigs of applications that you can download, when indeed that's not the case. It's basically where your pictures are stored, your music's going to be stored, videos, etc., stuff like that, not the apps. And again, I'll go over that when we get to that. I just wanted to show you basically what's on the back of the cover when you open it up, because this is real time in your area. I just wanted to show you that. I'm not going to show you the hex number and all that stuff, but if you pause it, maybe you could see it. Maybe you can. But yeah, so maybe I should just cover that for a second there. And I know you guys are going to try to rewind the videotape just to see it, but right there is your speaker. You go out, and there's your camera. That is the reason why I said do not get the HTC One SV. Phones have a single core, a quad core, and a dual core. When you purchased the S2, you purchased a quad core, dual core, just 2. I can't count. Quad core, 4. to most of you, you know what that means. Obviously, 4 is better than 2. I won't say the other word. You know what most of you know what that means, but one of the main features of the S3, when you're upgrading from the S2 to S3, it's a big difference, and you'll notice it in terms of your performance when the applications are running in the background. So again, I'll show you an example when I have the S2 and the S3 lined up so you can see side by side. Once I have everything preloaded on there, you can see what I'm talking about. And you're going from 4G to 4G LTE. I'll also cover that. 4G will not be available, I think from what I read, after the year 2015. They will eventually knock down the towers because obviously they could not expand that network like they wanted to. But they are going to expand the 4G LTE network, and I think it'll be around for quite some time before they knock that down. So that's one of the reasons why I upgraded. One of the things I'm going to miss with the S2, and I mean, this is my first time actually holding the S3, is the S2 had a nice 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's your home key, and I guarantee this is going to do a lot. Again, I haven't played with the phone yet, and I'm pretty sure there's reviews out there for the S3, so I'm not going to go too much in detail of what it can and cannot do. It's the S3. A lot of people, it's been out for a year, but you just want to see how it performs on Boost Mobile signal. So that's what I kind of want to get drilled in your head. Yeah. So obviously this is going to be a very not long video, but I just want to cover all the aspects. I mean, because you don't want to spend $400. I think I ended up spending $420 something total when you total in the tax and the shipping and handling and things like that. It came to $420. So it's a big investment. So you come to a review to determine whether it's worth getting it or worth not getting it. I don't know your budget. But again, I will try to go into as much detail as possible as to if you are a fan of the Galaxy series. I can say right now, from the S3 to the S4, a little bit of a difference. But from the S2, from the S3, it's a huge difference. And yeah, we will go over that. If you're looking down at the screen, I probably wrote something like, yeah, that's the 4th time I said that. So, but anyway, just wanted to show you that. So let me get this fired up, call Boost, and get my applications all on here so you can see the performance differences between the S3 and what's being recorded right now, the S2. See you. Alright, so as you can see right here, hopefully you can see it. I'm pretty sure you can see it. I have the S2 and the S3. And you may or may not be able to hear me because I'm a little tipsy, had a little bit too much to drink, having a little fun, but never mind that. If you look at the phones, they're highly identical. And actually, I'll readjust them so you can see them in its entirety. I wasn't able so far yet to get all the apps loaded on the S3 like I have on the S2. But if you look at the symmetrics, and actually I went to the store, the Sprint store, to get the cover for the S3. It does not come with the package for Boost. And also one thing to note, I actually called them up because I didn't get my $20 gift card, and they simply told me that if it's not available, you won't get it. So if you're looking for that $20 gift card, it doesn't come in the mail. Yeah, I was pissed too, but it's okay. Life moves on. So let's get to the phones and we'll see what we're talking about here. So right here you have the S2 and you have the S3. What I was trying to get to earlier was the level of performance. So let's get to that. I haven't been able to update all the apps, as I said before, but as you can see, whoa, that is not for you to see right there, but as you can see, let's go to the App Store. So turn on Wi-Fi on this. Oh, that's another thing you'll notice different about the S3 and S2. If you look, S2 has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, mute, 4G, and sync. On here, there's a whole lot of stuff. One, important thing called multi-window, which I'll enable to show you how to activate. So on the S3, before we compare in terms of speeds and all that stuff, obviously this is faster than this, but you'll see why. If I go back to my menu by holding down the back key, I'm doing it right, activates what you see right here, which is called multi-screen. So if I want two screens to enable at one time, let's say I guess I took too long. Put that back on. If I want to go on the internet, I'll hold this down, drag this way. And let's say I want to go on YouTube and drag this down here and go this way. Well, guess what? It shows it right here. I have now enabled both multi-task screens. So let's say I want to go to, I'm doing this upside down, so this is pretty cool. When you're drunk. Not that drunk though. Google.com. Okay. I'm going to hide this for now. So I'm on Google.com right here, and I'm going to search for the game that actually I wanted to go get. Let's see here. Search for, continue, skip. It's asking me to set up my swipe. Let's just start swipe. I'm going to search for, if I can think of the app, I think it's called The Last of Us. Yeah, so there we go.
It's where I uploaded the store files.
I'm doing this upside down, so bear with me. I may or may not get this right while I'm drunk. Don't judge me. There you go, you know what? It came up, The Last of Us. So, right now, this is the game that's out, and I'm actually browsing online while this is playing, so you can see what's going on. Let's go on Nike.com. There we go. And as you can see, the video is playing while it's trying to browse to Nike.com. So you have two things implementing at once. I'm pretty sure you guys saw this in the previous versions of the S3, but I just wanted to show and display the difference between the S2 and the S3. Obviously, the S2 cannot do this. It cannot do it. Turn this off while you're talking. I am talking, and that can't be done. I had to close it off. And obviously, the S3 and the S2 have different functionalities. Primarily, the S3 has a what I call this is a quad core, and this is dual core. This is a quad core, and for you to have a quad core, let me put this back in the SIII. It's very, very, very important to have as much processing as possible because get back on here, because this phone can operate faster than this phone. The S3 will operate faster than the S2. It's capable of doing more. It can do the multitask windows without a delay, as opposed to the S2, which is only a quad core, so it can only do but so much. If you look at the go back to the menu. If you look back at the internet and you hit both of them at the same time simultaneously, well, guess what pops up? Ooh, let's try that again. Maybe I didn't hit that too well. There we go. Internet pops up faster here. If I tell it to go to as you can see, it's actually still loading. If I tell it to go to a particular website, let's say this is ready to go, this is still going. Let's go to nfl.com. Alright, and I say the same thing here. I'm going to go here. Excuse me. And I'm going to go to if I can find the FFL.com. Mind you, I'm a little bugged in terms of the alcohol, but it's all good. And I hit go at the same time. Let's see which one loads faster. There's your proof right there. You may not think much of it, but when you think about it, the big difference in terms of load. The load is a lot faster on the S3. Again, it's a quad core compared to a dual core, so it processes things a little bit faster. So that means that I can open up a bunch of apps on this, and I can open up a bunch of apps on this, and this phone will still operate faster than this phone. That's all you need to know. That is a big and huge upgrade. That's why I wanted you guys to wait on the One SV. Yes, and you can see the dishwasher and dishwasher. The laundry and the dish. Why am I saying dish? The clothes dryer and the washing machine is right behind me. I'm in the basement. I'm doing this. So I just wanted to give it to you, thoroughly without interruption of anybody. Babies crying, birds chirping, things like that. But get back to the phone. But this is why I wanted to address the the durability of the S3. It's a well worth upgrade. You don't have the finances for $427. I can understand. Wait for it to drop. That's good. If you're going to ask me if it's worth upgrading from the S2 to the S3, it's definitely worth upgrading. Let me see if I can pick up a 4G signal in my basement. I highly doubt it, but right now, obviously, you can see that was on Wi-Fi. Another thing I liked about the S3 is the burst shot. The S4 has the capability of, if I'm not mistaken, this is off the top of my head, when you take a picture, you can take what's called a motion shot. So you can take one still picture and have the motion of, let's say if a character is flying or you're jumping in the air. You're basically going to see multiple shots of your body flying in the air up until its highest point to its lowest point in one single shot. Not sure if you can do that with the S3. It does have NFC. That's kind of standard. Near frequency connection. I know I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk. Basically, it just means that, hey, and actually, I'll go back down to the phone. It is actually on there. This is the S3. Let me put the S3 back up. Okay. Same ordeal. Swipe. You'll get back on. Before I get into that, settings. Let me see if I can find it off the top of my head. I do remember seeing it. And the battery, by the way, is fantastic. You can also, before I get into near frequency, you can also tell the phone when to wake up. It is under, it's actually voice controlled, S3. Voice control, you can say S3 and it will wake up. The functionality of the S-Beam is so much better on the S3 than the S2. Yes, the S2 does have it, but it's a little buggy. Excuse me. Let's go back to the NFC. If I can find it, I'm pretty sure I can. Under more settings, there you go. You may or may not be able to see it. I can't see it from here because it's on the angle. So let me just try to get this as best as possible. There's your S-Beam. You would turn this on when you're trying to, do that whole. I'm pretty sure you saw the videos with the mom. She's talking to her husband. She sent him an explicit video, tell him to check it later, that type of thing. NFC allows you to connect to near frequency devices, share videos, photos. It's the same thing, but S-Beam is mostly so, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. If I have S3, you have S3, we put it together and we're sharing videos. Mine's out the gutter, people. Okay, so yeah, one of the main reasons why I say if you're going to upgrade from the S2 to the S3, when you look at the sleekness of the S3 and the S2. The S2, and again, this is lined up. Let me get the focus of the camera a little better. This is all lined up.
It's right up loaded in the store files.
The S2, you can see S3. 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 The S2, you It's a wow. That was a nice little indication. It's a little bit more sleek than the other one. I decided to get this because it's still on sale at the Sprint store. Little flop cover. You know, I don't like it as much as the S2, where I was able to do this internal. Whoop, if it stays up, and I could you know, basically watch my TV like this. I do intend on getting something like that for the S3, but for now I'm just going to settle for the cover. It was about $26 at the Sprint store, so you know, obviously because the S4 is actually out, it's not as much as you think it would be in order to get this cover for the S3. But one of the things, let me see if I can get the 4G signal. Hopefully we can do a speed test. You know what? I'm in my basement, so I can only get a 3G signal. What I'm going to do is go upstairs, and well, I know I can get a 4G signal. 3G, I'm in the basement, concrete walls, very limited signal, but from what I experienced in terms of voice quality, it does sound very good. And that's with the headset on, with the headset off. It sounds just as good as the S2. I really can't tell the difference between the two in terms of voice quality. When I'm browsing online, I can definitely tell the difference between the S3 and the S2. And actually, I didn't realize that I had this S3 on 3G while I had my S2 on Wi-Fi, yet the S3 loaded the internet faster than the S2 with Wi-Fi. So that's saying a lot. You saw it, you witnessed it, and I mean, I can do it again if you want to see it. It's kind of weird. So I'll look on here, and again, this is on Wi-Fi, right there. You can see it right there. It's on Wi-Fi. This is on the 3G signal. So if what I saw was correct, let me align this so you guys can see it. If what I saw was correct, that is entirely amazing. Let's go to something sophisticated like food. If I can spell this upside down while I'm drunk, that is amazing. Network. I'll be darned, right there, foodnetwork.com. Food. Excuse me. Woo, God. Food. That's not food. That's Floyd. Food. Network. Okay, .com. It's right there. So let's say we have both of them here. Again, this is with, let me turn this back on. This is with Wi-Fi. I'm going to hit them at the same time, see what loads faster. That's not bad. Again, that's 3G, that's Wi-Fi. Obviously, this is ahead because I have a 30 meg connection on my Wi-Fi speeds. So, of course, it's going to load faster. But as you just witnessed, that is fairly close for a 3G connection with 2 bars compared to a Wi-Fi connection. I can only imagine if I put this on Wi-Fi, this will load faster than this, obviously. But again, that's why I wanted you guys to wait on the, and I'll say this again, and I know I've mentioned it before, but I wanted you to wait on the HTC One SV. Look, it looks like a good phone, beats audio, it looks good on the surface, but in terms of performance, I guarantee when you use that phone over the course of time, it will bog down, it will slow down, and it will do some funky stuff like speak to you in Japanese while you're trying to speak in English. It's just not as good. Burst shot on the S3. So if you look on, let's go back to this. Burst shot is another cool feature that they added on the camera. So I'll get the camera on. Oop. So let's turn the camera up. That's right. I don't have that feature. I don't have the feature where you can turn the camera on. So let's go back to the camera itself. Now, mind you, I will say the camera is very similar to the S2. with the exception of a few different altercations on the S3. Burst shot, where you can take a bunch of shots all at once and you pick the best picture possible. How to do this? Let's take a picture of me. And I know that's not the best thing in the world, but you know what? Deal with it. So I'm going to hold down this. If you can, oh, you know why you can't see me? Because I have this on. Dirt. Oh, and by the way, the features in terms of the S2 and the S3 camera settings, again, other than burst shot, not really much of a difference. It's pretty much the same thing. Both phones are actually running on Android 4.1.2. Am I giving away this phone? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Because if something happens to this S3, I need something to fall back on. So that's the only thing I'm considering before I decide to, hey, I'm giving away the S2. Let's get back to S3. So if you look on here, see if I can get a better vision. It does have the option of burst shot. Let me get to it. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. I am so wasted. I can't believe how wasted I am. Alright, let's go back to, I'm going to hit the menu key. And also, when you look at one thing that the S2 and S3, you look at these options at the bottom. Let me see if I can get that. Again, I'm working on the working in the basement, so bear with me. Notice how it has the menu, the home, the back of the menu, and the magnifying glass. On here, this is the home, this is the menu, this is the back. So it takes, if you have the S2, it's going to take a while for you to get used to. Period. Let's go to the camera of the S3. And I'm going to take what's called a burst shot. How I'm going to do that? Wow. I go to, and also the quality of the S3 is a lot detailed when it comes to application, gaming, Photoshop's a lot more detailed because it has more PPI. Google it. Google is your friend. Than the S2. So it's more defined, more in detail. It's a clear, richer picture of the phone. Here we go. Sorry, here's settings. Here goes what I was talking about. Right there, under there in settings, when you have the camera up, you click here. It'll take you to settings. You go to burst shot, turn it on and off, and don't be intimidated by the S3. It does tell you what to do step by step. You know, little hints and details on how to work around your phone. There's a lot. Again, there's a lot to learn, but there's also reviews on S3 and capabilities of what it can and cannot do. I'm just going to show you a little something. So the burst, how the burst works is if you hold down the camera key, it's supposed to take a bunch of pictures at once, and you select the best picture possible. So let's see if this works. So holding it. Should be like a processing screen right there. Alright, and it's going to process all the snapshots right there. So let's see if we can get this clear. Alright. Yep, do I have it on there? Okay, so basically what it just did, wow, and I have this on the wrong way. Basically, let me put this in the back. What it did is just take the, you can select probably like 16 shots. So it just took a bunch of shots all at once. You select the best one, and it's good. My experience with this Boost mobile phone, before I get to the 4G speeds, and then we'll do a speed test. I transferred all my information from the S2 to S3, and I can say that obviously, yes, there's no lag. You can do, the S3 is so much of an upgrade to the S2 that it's not even funny. Like if you go from the S3 to S4, you'll notice a few things. Well, you know, the whole playback music. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can take you bring this down. I did upgrade. I'm sorry, I did switch my SD card from this phone to this phone, so I might have videos or something like that. Let me see. Not those videos. Let me see. Here's ASAP Rocky. No. Probably not going to play because it's not compatible. I didn't have it right. But I do have, let me see, in the gallery. At least if I can find it. I'm drunk. I know I'm not that drunk. So, there you go. Albums. This is a little bit different. You can tag, and again, you can do that on the S2 once you upgrade. Tag videos. I'm trying to see if I can find a actual video. And I may not because I probably saved. Oh yeah, this is the burst shot. So that burst shot took so many shots of me. 1, 2, 3. It's a bunch of shots, and you can select the best one. I like that feature. The S4, it's not like the S3. If I play I can find it. Oh, one more thing. How about the Google Wallet? Google Wallet, if you can see right there. Let me try to get that. Google Wallet is on here. It's not on the S2, which is quite interesting. I just wanted to let you know. For those who like to purchase and use Google, this is basically that phone where you can take this phone to one of those electronic Wi-Fi devices at the store, wave your little S3 here and make purchases. You know, as long as your Visa card is assigned to credit card, debit card, whatever it is, it's assigned to the phone, you can purchase anything you want, and it's pretty cool. NFC has to be enabled. The last thing I'm going to do before, and I'm going to have more reviews on this. This is just a gimmick. This is just a beginning of what I have on the S3. This is my review. Figure I try to do it drunk to see what happens. When you get your S3, if you decide to get your S3, it'll have the Boost Mobile emblem in the background, wallpaper, and all that stuff. You can change it to this. I don't know if you can see mine very clearly, but you can see. I put the Dandelion application on there, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is record. I'm going to go upstairs, grab a 4G signal, 4G LTE, which is pretty good. From what I understand, if you look on Boost Mobile's website, it'll tell you like 6 to 8 megs. It's not like the actual Sprint 4G LTE, but it does give you access to a good legit connection if you want to stream things, upload things of that nature. And so let me go upstairs. Actually, you know what? I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can get that. I actually have a 4G connection in my basement, and I'm going to do a speed test right now while I have it. So I'm going to go in here. It looks like Google Store updated speed. I don't know if I can go down. And you know what? While I'm doing it, so you guys can see it. So 4G, you can see it right there. Speed test dot. Ooh, God no. Speedtest.net. Now I tried to install. You can see it right there. Can you see it? You can see it. Speedtest.net. And I'll say install. And they'll say you want permissions. I'll say accept. And this is about what, 3 megs? Yeah, there you go. That's pretty fast. So okay, I'm gonna hit open. Okay, now I agree. Now, you want to test from the nearest server. So, but anyway, let me do the speed test. There you go. There's a 4G signal. Okay, and you can see that I am getting, trying to get the speeds up there. I see about a 5 meg connection. I can't really tell. You know, one's upload, one's download. There we go. So your upload wasn't expected to be. Let me get back on. I'm sorry. So let me read this off to you. It's, let's see if we can get the reading right there. 5.9 megs down. Ooh. And just over 1 up. Give me 1 second. Somebody being bad. 5 megs up, 1 megs down. It's basically the speed test. So I just wanted to go over that. And for now, it's not bad actually for 4G LTE on a weak 4G LTE signal. Again, I'm in the basement. I'm still getting that. So again, the 4G LTE can be turned on, turned off. The one thing I did not like about the S3 is that you had the capability in the drop-down menu to turn off 4G and 3G. Unfortunately, that's not the case with this drop-down menu. You cannot do that. You can have the capability if you go to settings. Let's go back to. Trying to get this so you can see it. It's not the camera, it's the actual phone. If you go to settings and you go to more settings, you do have the capability under mobile networks, and you see where it says network mode, you have CDMA, LTE, and EVOD. Actually, even EVOD, it's not even capable in here. On the S3, you have CDMA, LTE, and also CDMA. So that's basically, you can interchange between 3G and 4G LTE. That's it. So it's good to be back. There's a lot to learn on the S3 from Boost Mobile. I'm going to put this video on YouTube. Obviously, you're watching it now. If you have any questions, concerns, this is not the only review I'll do. This is just a starter. I'm just showing you what the phone's capable of doing, and it's a pleasure being back. I've missed it a lot, and I figured I tried to do a different review than most others as to being a little bit tipsy while doing this review. So I know it's been long. I'm glad that you watched this video. If you have any questions, again, concerns, shoot me a message. And if I were to tell you if it's worth going from the S2 to the S3, if you have the finances, heck yeah, go ahead, do it. So, Miltnificent signing off. Thank you for joining me in my basement while I'm drunk with my alcohol on my pool table. And if you have any questions, again, leave an inbox, leave a message. I'll try to answer it as fast as possible. I'm a busy man with a kid, father, job, etc. You know how it goes. Love you guys. Keep the questions coming, and then yeah, kind of bad because I'm seeing things just going like back and forth like this. Miltnificent signing off. Have a blessed day.